name is Ksen, and today I'll do some rambling videos that you requested. By the way, the little tiny bit edition. So, someone asked for me to do my video rambling with white noise that I have in my ending outro. But I decided, instead of just putting it in a video, I can do some changing with or without white noise. So whenever okay, my is broken. Okay. You can hear white noise. And when I do it again, it turns off. It'll be a little bit more interesting like that. So, what we are going to talk about today, honestly, I don't know yet. I'm very bad at planning rambling videos. I just talk about whatever comes to my mind usually, and I end up talking about books and writing and fandoms. But I hope you don't mind. I'm a little boring like that. I talk about only things that exist in my life, and usually they don't change too often, so hope you don't mind. So, let's start with me showing you my new, how do you call it, sweatshirt, hoodie, my new thing. I don't know, I always love cream colored clothes. They're just so sweet. And it's a little bit oversized on me. And has a pretty embellishment. It says, I wish you can see. So it says Chicago. Do you tell Chicago or Chicago? Because when you talk in Russian, it's Chicago. But I'm sure it's Chicago. In English, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, alright? I'm interested. Because one of my favorite singers, Larry Tomlinson, has a song called Chicago, and he sings it like Chicago. If you call it Chicago, you can call me baby. But that song. So, I don't know. It reminded me of that song, to be honest. I think it's a sweet one. And honestly, I didn't talk about my One Direction obsession before, but I guess in quarantine it just developed into a gigantic obsession, because, well, you don't have anything else to do, so you explore your old passions. And when I was younger, I didn't really had that kind of obsession of One Direction when they still existed as a group. I liked their songs, but I wasn't like in a fandom, because it wasn't considered cool to really love listening to them. And when I was younger, I always like, if nobody likes that, probably I shouldn't like that too. Silly old me. I bet if I stayed the same, I just didn't end up writing a book or filming videos or drawing or doing anything really. It'll be a pretty boring life that way. But anyway, so during 2021, I just discovered this passion of mine with One Direction, and it was so amazing to find something that you truly like. Find it comes with a fandom so big. So I met one of my best friends there. It's just, I'm forever grateful to One Direction fandom because of that. But also their music is amazing. Honestly, I am not sure which album I love more, Midnight Memories or 4, but they're both are very good. Made in AM is amazing, but it's also a little saddening to think, because it's like their last album. But perfect. And can you imagine? I forgot the names of the songs. Oh my god, I'm so bad at names. Sorry. Anyway, what's the name of that song? I'll write it down if I remember. So I just love those songs to bits. They're amazing. I love clips, music videos. But yes, and when it comes to the solo careers, I'm a little biased, I guess. But I love some albums from certain people, but my Forever and Ever the first in my top lists. So, if you consider what I listen most to, I listen to Louis the most. I love his music. It's just my kind of genre, my kind of type of music that I enjoy listening to. I love his lyrics. He's amazing at lyrics, genuinely. He just has the most amazing metaphors in the lyrics. Only the Brave is like chef kiss, honestly, because it's something that I just always loved. So, and his first album, The Walls, is something that it was just mind-blowing to me, honestly. I know he says he changed his style a little bit for the second album, Faith in the Future. I love both albums, like every song in there, every single song. I can't even tell which one I love the most, but like Only the Brave had the biggest impact, I guess. And when The Bigger Than Me was released, as a single from the album, it was like, wow, it can be even better than it was before. Because usually when it comes to artists, I don't know, is it just me or not? Of course, there are always exceptions, and I know many. But sometimes artists, like, first album is so great, and then the more they go, the worse it gets. Maybe it's because they don't change the style, or they change it drastically. I don't know. But I don't know. I always loved Louis' music. I always liked his personality. He's just, I don't know, number one fan of Louis Tomlinson. When I was like younger, not much younger, a few years ago, I wanted to get a tattoo, like of a smiley face of his. I'm still considering it, but like, I want to wait a little bit to get something, because I will change my opinion, and when something does not change for years, it means it won't change for me. So I'm just waiting a little bit before getting something permanent, I'm a person that understands the reaction of my parents if I get something like tattoo, but I don't know, I always love the idea of having something on you that reminds you of things you love, like getting all my jewelry that I have, especially the rings that I have on now. But all my rings, every single one has a meaning, and even if they were gifted to me without a special meaning, I give it this meaning so I can wear them and always remember about things that I love. But I think somehow you give meanings to things, right? So I think you can have a simplest tattoo with the simplest object imprinted, inked on you, and give it meaning that means something to you. Like my pictures on the wall, if you're interested to look at them closely, I have my Telegram channel. There are pictures of them closely, but obviously it's like I just ask questions from Crowley, from Good Omens. I love this character for so many years that I just want to have something that reminds me of him, somewhere close to me, because I'm the person that always gets affected, inspired, just changed by characters. Maybe it's because I read so much and watch something so much, or maybe because I'm a writer, but characters for me are like real people that impact me so much, and I change because of them. Or like the heart that symbolizes Theo Ken from Teen Wolf is just as meaningful to me too. I even have earrings, if you remember, with hearts. I got them because of that too, because it reminds me of him. So my favorite characters are just everywhere in my world. That's why I'm kind of slow decorating my wall, because I just want to give things meaning, and I want to draw everything that I have on my wall. So I'm just thinking about metaphors and stuff. So yeah. Because when I was younger, when I was 13, I guess, I first watched Iron Man movies, Marvel movies. I'm instantly like, my favorite character is Tony Stark. He still is till this day in Marvel universe, and it impacted me in so many ways, especially my teenagerhood, my kind of sarcastic shielded side, and the way I behaved reminded me of him so much, especially if I think about it now. And in a way it was very funny, but also you kind of find representation of who you are, found coping mechanisms there too. So I guess having significant characters in your life from wherever you want is a very, very great thing. It can help you to have something to lean to, find comfort, experience some feelings, emotions and experiences through books or movies that otherwise you'll never experience. I think it's very, very fun. Very, very fun. But somehow, I don't know. That way, I always wanted to get this smiley tattoo somewhere here. But I know it'll be a little bit blurry after a while, especially if you get it small. I wanted to get it small. I always used to draw like smiley face in here. I don't know. I don't think I'll get it. Not there, probably. But who knows? I would guess. Future is very fickle, and you never know what happens and what you'll want in the future. So yeah. What I was talking about? Okay, I was talking about One Direction. So Louis is my favorite. His music is my favorite. I love Harry's first album. I love this kind of music. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like rock ballad type of music. Sign of the Times is just forever and ever a favorite, honestly. From the Dining Table is just the music, the song that I play when I have like sensory overloads. It's just so quiet in a way. He almost whispers the lyrics, and so soothing in a way, so it calms me down a lot. Honestly, every song from this album is amazing, and the next two albums, even though the lyrics are sad, they're all are a little bit upbeat, you know. Not Falling is just amazing. Music video is just insane. Adore You is sad in a way, yes, especially in the music video, but it has a little bit more of a upbeat to the melody, but I love it still. But it's just not something that I always listen to, because I don't know if you can say, because I always smile, but I'm genuinely a little bit of a sad person. I'm always like in my thoughts. I overthink a lot. I'm constantly exhausted and tired, so the very happy music just gets on my ears too much sometimes, so I don't listen to it often, only when I have a great mood. And it happens, but not as often as you think. Yes. Niall's music, especially the first album, is heartbreaking. Put a little love on me. Flicker. And the second album, Black and White, honestly, every song, like, he writes amazing sad songs, like heartbreaking songs, and his upbeat ones are good too, but of course I listen to sad ones more. And Zayn's music is amazing, his voice is insane, his Icarus album. I used to listen to it like from the first song to the last in one go. It's heaven on your ears. Liam's music is like a little bit dancey a bit. It's kind of don't know how to describe it, but it's nice. I love his voice. I love his voice. When he does his covers, it just wow. And his songs are amazing. I just wish he had more solo songs than collabs, because usually his first album is basically consist of collabs with other artists, and I just want to listen to him. But like Niall's collabs are amazing with like I forgot the names of the songs are amazing. Louis collab with Baby Rexa is amazing. I love it. But yeah, I'm always forever and ever love One Direction and the music. And their solo ones are so good, but it just comes with the mood, what you want to listen to. I also love the Vamps. Their last album, especially Cherry Blossom, is just, I fell in love with this group with that album. It's so amazing. One of my favorite songs is Married in Vegas. It's amazing. I love the music video. I found out about them when I was watching music video of One Direction on YouTube, and the Married in Vegas got recommended. It starts playing and everything is gold, black and gold, and there is like confetti spilling down, the sparkles, glitter, gold. They're playing instruments and singing, and the music is so good. It was just like it's so amazing. So I listen to their songs often. Love Missing You, it's a sad one. I love it. I love watching their video from O2 Arena in London, I guess, when they sang it, Missing You, with some charity, like choir from the charity. It's so good. Listen to it if you want to. I just love their music too. Of course, love Taylor Swift. Who does not? I don't know. I don't trust people who don't love at least one song of hers. But like Evermore and Folklore are my albums in the way of like I love them to bits. Out of every album she has, those are my favorite because it has like this sad, slow kind of vibe, a little bit of like folklore. It feels like folklore, and the time when it was released, I related to it a little too much, so it was just perfect match at the time. And now I just listen to the songs. It's so good, so good. Yes, and I usually listen to music not so often. Honestly, I listen to it when I'm going somewhere, like on the car, on the train. I listen to it because it drowns out the noise from like a car or a train, and also just like others people, and it's fun. I create imaginative scenarios in your head, and it's awesome. But I think, in a way, I don't listen to it that much, even though I talk about it so like lovingly. I don't listen to music too much because I want to preserve those kind of feelings I have for those songs, because I don't want to get bored of them. I want to love them always and always. Like one of my favorite songs is Mr. Sandman, but by Simon. I hope I pronounce it right. This song is such a summer nostalgia for me. Whenever I listen to it, it's just like summer of 2019, probably 18, hits me, and it's so amazing. His songs are so good. I used to edit my fandom videos, music videos, to his songs so much because they're so good. There is an artist, Alafour, I guess. He created a soundtrack to Broadchurch. It's an amazing soundtrack. It's so good. Even my parents love that. It says a lot. usually my parents love the music I listen to. I'm lucky here. But it just reminded me of Broadchurch, and it's like a detective series that I'm always will love. It's so sad, it's so tragic, it's so much angst, but it's so good. If you didn't watch Broadchurch, watch. Is David Tennant playing. He's one of my favorite actors. He plays Crowley, for example. He's an amazing actor, and you can see it here, obviously. He plays Alec Hardy, detective. There's so many great actors there, so many people from Doctor Who. Yes, and it's a tragic story, really. It's so sad, it's so disgusting in a way, but I guess it's a show you really need to watch. It has amazing soundtrack, it has the plot lines. I didn't understand who is the killer. Yes, there is a killer before they unfolded all hints. It was so unexpected, and usually I know who's the killer because it's always, but there's maybe a bit different. But there are 3 seasons. All of them are great. I love the first and second the most. I love the relationship between Hardy and Miller. Love. Yes, but it's more saddening than a happy show, but it's good. Yes, and usually I don't really watch shows, TV shows and movies. I usually don't read new books. I read fics mostly, or watch my favorite things. I don't know, maybe it's like a hyperfixation or something, or me not being too anxious to watch new things. But if there is a movie or TV show where David Tennant is in, I'll watch it. 80 Days Around the World, I guess it's called in English. Amazing. Broadchurch, amazing. Good Omens, amazing. Doctor Who, amazing, etc. But I don't know, there are shows that always there. Like Good Omens, I'll watch it forever and ever. Since 2019, it's just always on the loop somewhere, sometime. I read so much fics on that. There's so many good fics. I know some people look down on fanfiction, but I agree with Neil Gaiman that fanfiction helps writers grow. You learn to analyze characters, you learn to write, you create music stories, and even though characters are not your own, you're still able to hold a story of your own, to do something with them. You're allowed. And I love how Michael Sheen, who plays Aziraphale in Good Omens, and Neil Gaiman, they're all happy that Good Omens fandom has so many great artists in many art forms. Good Omens fan art is just on another level. There's daily discovery of things that I just love, and they're always Good Omens fandom. So yeah. What else? I also think that somehow me having so much connection to my fandoms is also because of the way that not only that I grew in them, or they changed me, or somehow they affected me in a way, it's also because there's so many great people in fandoms, so many kind, affectionate, amazing, talented, hardworking people in there. There's English worldwide fandoms, Russian fandoms that I truly enjoy. I love the fandom in Russia from improvisation. There's a show improvisation, now it's called Improvisators. From the name you understand what's happening. And there's 4 amazing people. I always admire their kindness, even though they are comedians. They're not harsh comedians, if you know what I mean. There's like those types of comedies that like don't care about others' feelings. They're too like, oh, I'm joking, you'll take whatever joke I give you. No, they have those kind of jokes that are not hurting anyone, in a way that they're understanding, they're kind, and with time they learn to like have a great relationship with their fandom, and it's amazing to see, honestly. They have so many shows, as they're quite a great gigantic fandom in Russia. They have so many different shows, different kind of genres, like travel shows, kind of games they play. They have like short forms of improvisation on TV, and they have large form like a play, like spectacle. So the viewer gives them theme, like they ask questions, someone gives them their story, and for 40-60 minutes they play it completely improvised, completely by ear. Every plot line, every twist, every character just happens to be created like in the moment, in a second, and it's always so funny and so sweet. And as a writer, it's like my favorite thing to watch, to see the story unfold right in front of your eyes. Like they have concerts where they improvise, and what's great about that every concert is different, just because it's all improvised. So you always have new kind of jokes, new kind of things that happen, and it's amazing to watch, honestly. It's my favorite Russian fandom. Like, I'm proudly am a part of. So yeah. So I'm talking for almost 30 minutes now, and as my phone has only 128 gigabytes of memory, it's a little bit sad. When I was buying it, it was a big amount of memory. Now it is not. It's just so small, I barely can do anything. My next step, my next dream or wish is to buy a camera so I can film longer videos, or at least don't worry about memory running out. It's just a little saddening to me all the time. That's why I was checking my watch to see if something, like, does it work? Does it film me, or just run out of memory? Because I have incidents like that, if you remember. So yeah, but cameras are now so expensive, so expensive, especially if you want to get autofocus, or at least a good quality. But one day I believe I'll be able to afford something like that. Yes. So, what I was talking about? Oh, I was ending my video, but also I cannot I cannot not talk about my book, because I'm promoting a TikTok now. It's always on my mind, because I'm daily posting something there. If you're interested, the link is in the description. It's a dark fantasy book. I love it to bits. I write the second part to it now. I translate it to my language, to Russian, and it's just something that constantly in my mind. I always talk about it with people. Not every single person in my real life knows that I wrote a book, but some do. And it's amazing to have a piece of something that you created, like, in your hands, because I have it right here, as you can see. And I guess, first of all, I'll change the cover soon, so if you want to get this kind of copy with an old design, be in a hurry, because in October I'll give it a new cover design, because I'm a little bored of that one and I want a little bit more professional one. Because I illustrated it all by myself, and though I designed the next one by myself too, I think it's time to change something, just to give like a fresh new perspective for readers to look at. Yes, I also I want to promote my book and people buy it, and even though I won't ever get the money from it, I'll be able to live from writing. But it's always a pleasure to see reviews and comments. But it's always so saddening that so many people don't leave reviews. Like, as a writer, you always want an opinion of others. And as a reader, when you buy a book, you look at the reviews, like on Goodreads, for example, or on Amazon, like review section. And there is none, you don't usually buy, especially when it costs something, right? Because you want a quality. You don't see the quality because nobody buys it. So if you read my book, please, if you want to, of course, if it does not bother you, leave a review on Goodreads or on Amazon. Just like write something. If you liked it or disliked it, it's all right, because I just love having bad or good opinions. It always helps me grow. I grow so much as a writer when people tell me what I can do a little bit better. And it's fun because writing is my passion, kind of career or profession, or at least something that I identify myself with. And growing in it, like growing my art, growing my skill in it, is so fun. And whenever I go back to my first draft of my book, I just like, I'm so fond of little girl, it was 3 years ago, but little me, younger me, that started writing. It's so silly, the first draft. It's so bad at grammar and vocabulary, because I didn't used to write in English yet, but it's fun to look at and see how much I grew since then. So yeah, I'm ending this video now. Let's turn off the white noise. And I think I want to thank you for watching today's video. Please check out my description box for my links. I have a TikTok account there. I have a Telegram channel. I have my book there. If you're interested, I have a Boosty channel. It's like Patreon, like subscriptions. You can have a little different kind of exclusive things. I'm so bad at keeping up with it, honestly. Like early access, supposed to be early access, but usually it's like 2 or 1 day earlier. But it's a little bit early still. And I always love listening to your suggestions. There are, I guess, 2 1-minute videos exclusive in both Russian and English. I'll add more. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching today's video. I phrased it wrongly. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your endless support and comments. And I'll see you in the next one.